How can stress increase the risk for cardiovascular disease? As a high performer, you've probably been dealing with a lot of stress, and maybe you've even been wondering about your heart health. If this is you, then you're in the right place because I'm here to answer that question in today's video, so let's get started. Hi, I'm Dr. Kelly Shockley, Doctor of Cause, Chiropractic, board certified in sports medicine, and specialized in clinical nutrition. In this video, we're going to be going over the biggest impact that stress has on your heart. This is the key as to why it increases the risk for cardiovascular disease. Then I'm going to share with you the top strategies for protecting your heart. You can start these immediately. And finally, I will be sharing with you a behind closed doors method your doctor won't mention that will have you having complete certainty about your heart health. The standard of care, its method fails 50% of the time. Let's dive on in, guys. What is the biggest impact that stress has directly on your heart that makes you kind of a ticking time bomb for cardiovascular disease to become your new reality? Let's get into those details. They're a little technical, but you can start to now see the reason as to why this could be such a problem. One negative effect that stress has on the cardiovascular system is it actually increases your plaque rate, which then can increase the accumulation in your arteries. Another kind of more scary thing, in my opinion, that stress can do is it makes your platelets more sticky, which ultimately increases your risk for producing blood clots. It also creates constriction, so narrowing of your arteries, which ultimately then decreases the nutrient delivery, the oxygen delivery to your heart itself. And if that happens and they constrict too much, that can result in a heart attack. Now, one thing that's really interesting about this is women are actually more susceptible to the negative impacts of stress on the heart compared to men. But it's still the number one killer for both men and women. On the average, every 40 seconds, someone in America is experiencing a heart attack. So this is no joke. And the good news is it's something you can have complete control over. Now, before I get into the top strategies for protecting your heart, I just want to take a moment and remind you, click that subscribe button right down below, turn the notifications on, and give me a big thumbs up. I'm doing a good job for you. I am regularly producing videos for you, the high performer, the high achiever, to help you be able to improve heart health, brain health, help you just feel amazing again and achieve what I like to call total body mastery. I don't want you to miss out. So again, just click that subscribe button down below, turn the notifications on, and give me a big thumbs up. All right. What are the top strategies for helping to protect your heart? Let me share with you just a few of these that you can implement today. One of the best ways to protect your heart is to make sure you're getting consistent exercise. Now, I know that the American Heart Association says that we need to do a lot, like 30 to 45 minutes of cardiovascular exercise, at least a handful of times per week. I'm here to tell you that strength training also conditions the heart. And ultimately, if you add in strength training just even twice a week for about a half hour each time, full body strength training, it is going to improve your cardiovascular results. And then when you want to use some aerobic activity, what I suggest you do is at least make one of the times that you're doing your exercise, make it an interval. So if one of your activities you like to do is to walk, you could simply just walk at a really brisk pace, almost creating a jog for a minute or so, and then slow back down for the next couple of minutes and just oscillate your speeds. Or you could go find a hill that you could walk up the hill and then recover on the way back down. Interval training actually conditions the heart better than just doing consistent cardiovascular or aerobic exercise. So get some exercise. You need to move. And here's a really cool thing about exercise. Your heart doesn't know any difference between if you go and you do exercise for 30, 45 minutes continually, or if you break that down into 3 smaller, maybe they fit into your schedule more easily, like 10-minute to 15-minute bursts of exercise throughout the day, your heart knows no difference. As long as you get it done within the 24 hours, it still counts for being done that day. So add it in. You don't have an excuse. Your heart is going to thank you, and so is your brain and everything else in your body. So that's strategy number 1. Number 2 is something that might take a little bit of time to actually get done, or maybe you already have it and you don't even realize it, but you can still start this process today. you need to have a good support team, right? Whether that's your marriage, your friends, your family, a combination of all of that. You need to be able to have people that you can go to when life is a little challenging, be able to talk it out, get some resolution, and be able to just feel supported. There is a lot that has been shown for how that's protective for your heart health. So get a support system in place. Another one that you can work on today is try to identify where your stress is coming from, and then figure out a way that you can start to lower that. And if you go through and you're like, hey, Kelly, I don't know that I'm going to be able to change any of that right now, then you need to add in, and you should do this anyway, some stress reducing techniques on a daily basis. Stress isn't going to go away anytime soon. We can get a grip on things and lower levels of stress in our life. So if you have toxic relationships, get those out of your life because that's not serving you, right? If you are just constantly feeling overwhelmed and you don't have enough time, find ways that you can buy back your time. For me, it was using Instacart because that gave me some freedom to be able to do more of the things that I wanted to do and still be able to provide healthy quality meals for my family, okay? But regardless of how much you can reduce stress, we also want to do things that help combat stress on a daily basis. So whether that is just sitting quietly, and focusing on your breathing, even a couple of minutes a day, if it's meditation, if it's prayer, exercise, right? Reading a book, having a nice soak in the tub, whatever helps you de-stress, you need to make time for that every single day. It will help in the long-term run of keeping yourself protected from stress. I'm curious, of those that I shared with you, are you utilizing any of those strategies right now? Just comment down below. Let me know. If you have a favorite strategy that's worked really well, also share that so that not only you, but the rest of the viewers can have benefit from that information. Maybe it's something they haven't thought of. And that way we can help each other be able to be protected from this never-ending source and craziness of stress in our worlds. Are you ready for the behind closed doors method to have complete certainty about your heart health? Let me tell you, this has to do with complete, proper testing. The way that traditional medicine operates right now is they wait for you to have a symptom of something because they have to. That's what insurance requires them to do in order to start testing what might be causing those symptoms. Now, if you wait for a symptom to show up, especially when it comes to cardiovascular disease, oftentimes the first symptom of cardiovascular disease is a heart attack. And every 40 seconds, as I mentioned, somebody's having a heart attack in America. I don't know about you, but I don't really want to wait for a heart attack to happen in order for me to know that I have a heart disease issue. So how in the world do we figure this out? Well, we have to be able to evaluate our whole health, because one thing that traditional medicine is great about is crisis care. If you are in the middle of a heart attack, you need them, their life-saving methods and medications to pull you out of that. But we have to then figure out, why did you have it in the first place if you don't ever want to have that experience again? If you want to actually do this in the right order, we would want to determine what is your current level of health, and are there any underlying issues that are occurring right now that are setting you up for cardiovascular disease. And when you start looking for what is the current level of health for having that certainty, or you're on the other side of this, maybe you've already been diagnosed with some form of cardiovascular disease, you have to figure out the why did you end up in that place in the first place, right? The why behind cardiovascular disease is different for everybody. And it's oftentimes not found just within the cardiovascular system. So you have to find a way in order to be able to investigate your health, which traditional medicine doesn't let us do because of how things are set up in today's world in America. You have to have a symptom in order for them to order a test. Well, that's that's a ticking time bomb waiting to happen. That's very reaction type medicine versus preventative type medicine. But how in the world are you going to do this? Because this isn't something that traditional medicine doctors are even doing, because they're not allowed to with how medicine and the healthcare system, the standard of care as it is in America, is happening. Well, if you are super curious about how do I have certainty over my heart health and my overall health and well-being, or how do I determine why I'm feeling the way that I am right now, whether it's related to cardiovascular disease or not. If you feel off compared to what you used to, like 5 years ago, even 10 years ago, it's probably not just that you're getting older. There's something else that's going on. And if you want to know exactly how to figure that out, then what I'd like you to do is go to the description below this video. Click on it so it expands. Look for the link for my free health workshop. In this workshop, I'm going to teach you exactly how to determine what's going on with you, your health, what caused the problem, and then how to figure out what your journey moving forward looks like so you can reclaim your health and have complete certainty over the level of your health. I can't wait to see you in the workshop, so make sure you go down into the description, click on that link, and you'll be able to access the workshop immediately. Here's to becoming healthy and achieving what I like to call total body mastery, guys. I appreciate you being here, and I can't wait to see you on the other side. God bless.